showtime.
The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
How's Edgeworth? Better not show any signs of weakness today. He'll be on enemy in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
I'll give you a quick opening statement. Hey everybody, it's the Demon 100! Welcome back to more of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Blind! Last time, we finally collected some evidence on our very first murder case of Turnabout sisters. Took me quite a while. Took me a while to do just that, but now we're here for the trial.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. You may call your first known witness. The prosecution here calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in the charge of homicides down at the president, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map in the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
You're still calling it a statue? The floor plans are added to the court record? Alright. I'm very likely not going to need to write down all the notes on this one, but I'm going to try to pay attention to this one, because I'm only going to focus on finding evidence from outside the courtroom, but I might regret that later. Let's find out.
Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
Your immediate arrest of Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Alright, where do we dare begin? As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you can begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Smack! Hey, why just do something at me? What's this? My sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness' testimony. She would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Works lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright, then it looks like we're going to cross-examine pretty much everything he says. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Damn you, Stark. Hold it! Fine. Do it the old-fashioned way. Works well when I do objection, but oh well. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call is from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Sure did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. The motto of this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant is Maya Fey and the lawyer Mr. Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal. You dumb actor will only get you so far. Their funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair? You 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. Should pick my points to press her with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why's that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink can claim it was hard evidence? What? Mrs. May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes! Gah! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Now we're getting somewhere. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on the paper and a piece of it next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Wait a minute. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I might as well press on everything. But there's one thing I want to say something else on that. Alright. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'm getting to the good part. I'm feeling about this. A memo written in a piece of paper. Shut up. Alright. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh! Then who did her write it, smarty pants? Who? The killer! Anyone can see that. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Huh? Hold on.
that's the case, where's your evidence?
Ha!
I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't have opened their mouths, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, pal!
Well, Detective, tell us what was written on the memo you found.
On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood.
Do you have any proof it was Mia who wrote that?
Of course I do, pal!
Uh-oh.
You sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. That test showed that the blood was the victim's.
Okay.
Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Wait a minute. I can't deny it on this one. Objection!
Objection!
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You said that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it! Who else could have?
You have it backwards, Detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who actually could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object.
She died immediately! But... No but in here your way out of this one, Detective!
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately who wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When?
The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution point being... That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all.
Bullshit!
I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
The detective's a sham!
Detective Gumshoe,
You're a sham!
how could you give me a faulty report?
Huh? I thought...
Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that.
Eh? I'm sorry, sir!
You're at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But...
Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Well, shit! That complicates things a little bit.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes?
Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? We're about to find out.
Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the court.
Tell us, where were were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fey & Co. office.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Alright. Time to get through with this one.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her! And the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honor, I see. This is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
Well, wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her technique well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in her perfectly good testimonies.
Hey! How dare you!
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Because I have a feeling Edward doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know.
Alright.
Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why? What?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this equation that easily.
I sort of, you know, had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. You should press a little harder on this one.
Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you have badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Girl?
What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? The woman with long hair. That was Maya Fey.
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
You're a Fey. And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Okay, that's fine.
Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away.
Okay.
She dodged. Dodged what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue your testimony.
But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her.
How did you know it was my client?
Huh? Well, gee, first of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
Point. The testimony certainly does make sense. Everyone in the court keeps siding with her. I'm not pressed too hard on this one. I should just listen to the testimony again.
That's it?
It really jumps out in the contradiction. There's gotta be something in there somewhere. Press on her. That's a little bit. Alright. The one that I didn't do... That. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
I gotta question the testimony. Hold on a minute! That testimony stinks!
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that...
Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes on like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. Just didn't think all the trifling little details that were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
Alright.
I did see everything, I did.
Okay.
The victim, the woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did! That clock. The kind of statuary clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does that accuracy of my report not startle you?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Alright.
I did see everything. I did.
Alright. So, you saw me then, too?
Of course. I remember that spiky hair anywhere.
Spiky? The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney.
Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry.
Very well. Continue.
The victim, the one who dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Is that right, as in your right, as you looked at her from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand. Right.
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
How convenient for you to remember her
Hippie clothes. That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it! I did!
Aha! Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it?
That clock, the kind of statuary clock. The thinker, I think.
A clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
Wait a minute. How does she know that was a clock?
You know what? Going for it. Objection!
Yes! I think I got her!
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before.
Only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Phew, that was close.
If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is that you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law office in Fey & Co.?
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law office of Fey & Co., where the murder took place, are very close to the hotel. You could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor.
Can't give up now.
I'm not satisfied, Henry, because she couldn't have heard it. Because I remember something from the beginning of the trial. Well, the chapter, I guess, really. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off with it in the building next door. You have proof that she could not? Ugh. Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Damn! Switch directions, quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied, Henry, because... Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock is questioned rang. That clock is missing its clockwork! How could you possibly? Just have a look, as soon as you can. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork! It's quite empty! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar! Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk tisk. Quite a show you put on her for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow. He knew! I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove him when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much! The evidence that proves that when the clock was removed is... will be this. Take that!
Take that!
Take a look at this.
It's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Goes out to you, Edgeworth. Not. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. Huh? Is that working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. The morning of the murder. Your Honor, I think this recording makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone. And this was recorded in the morning before the witness even arrived at her hotel! Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What's wrong with that again? I got it. There's so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Absolutely! The witness claims she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it.
Please proceed as evidence that would prove the witness had not seen this clock before.
You asked for it.
Take that! Take that!
Take that!
It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores!
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today?
Oh.
Oh boy.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid punk doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die! Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves! This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm!
Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock?
Oh dear.
Does the defense have an opinion on this and behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew that the weapon was a clock because... the witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard of it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard that the weapon was a clock.
Glad you asked.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Take that!
Have a look at this.
Oh, that!
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the coroner what this is. Miss April May, you were taping the victim. Miss Maya Fey's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. This tells me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous! Does the defense truly claim that the witness was taping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not! Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. You prove that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... You gotta present the phone again, I believe. Here goes.
Take that!
I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to me. Hold on to for me.
Again? What is it this time?
It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's not fair! All of you ganging up on me like that! Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Miss May.
What is it, you little shrimp? Talk to me in the tone of voice, will you?
You killed her, didn't you? Order! There will be order!
What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretap. Oops.
So you admit you taped her phone?
But wait! I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl.
Really? Can you prove it? I wish you could prove it.
You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer? But I can prove it, and I will!
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way! Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice on it melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witnesses were not at the scene at the time of the murder. Oh, check on the wiretap. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been taping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant Maya Fey commit murder.
No! They're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. I want to continue examining Miss May. Right. On with the cross-examination.
What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted him to the wiretap, yes. But that bears no relevance to the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection.
Oh, I think this can't be the end. But I'm out of evidence.
Then I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last.
What? But that means he's guilty?
Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. Tisk, tisk, tisk. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Miss April May's alibi proved to be solid, then, by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, would be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth, he's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way to take this. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witnesses to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Garter Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Okay. Waters Hotel in business for 4 generations. Okay. I also remembered something else from earlier. What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir? I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds, I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Are you sure it was Miss May out on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in her all-stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. Then I saw them, and I... Point being, I remember her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? Wait a minute. Something's not right. This is them. Meaning that there was another person. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished some. 9, the time of the murder. I brought to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite hesitant that it be brought then.
Oh, bellboy. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9.
Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would you be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Are you sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embracer, sir. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. That's more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my pretty demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely nothing, no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I? Protest! Wait! Please wait! Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance to ask him about. I got one shot at this. I have a 1 in 3 chance. You know what? Frigate room service. Tell me again about our room service. Again, sir. There's like a delivered room service to Miss May at room 303. Guest requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. See. $18? Does it seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. Gotcha! We don't skip on the ice, sir. What did he say? Thank God! Dodged a bullet! What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object! That was objectionable! Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good, barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if it wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool! I've done it. I've won! Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may be been the murderer. In this new light, I hold that it is impossible to judge the defendant. You agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as he had previously revealed, Miss April May has been taping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself was an alibi at the time of the murder. However,
That does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from the court. Oof.
Upstart! Amateur! These accusations are ludicrous!
Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Well, taking that, you Abro, Bimbo, and May. That was too close. Too close.
Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might even be your newest fan!
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. I was sent shivers up my spine!
You say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well, no. I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms and won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man. You think he was the one who... Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find out by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimonies were all lies. In fact, there's only one part that got left on the record. May testimony added to the court record. I don't know how much good this will do to me and all. Let me take a look at that. The victim dodged an attack and then ran to the right, but she was caught, struck. Okay. Anyway, time to hit that pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in the detention center, and it's up to me to get her free. That was a lot of yelling I did. What was I, at a hockey game or something? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, we do some investigation and find out more about where this murderer is at. And pin him into the ground like the bitch that he is. See you guys then.